I probably drew before I spoke. That's how far back my desire to make art goes. As a child, I was always in the woods or out in the yard playing. I had older siblings, but my parents really encouraged that. We would go to bird sanctuaries and we would go to the beach, and we always lived somewhere that had access to the woods, a lake, nature. My mother had studied art, and she had books on anatomy and that just fascinated me. After leaving art school, I got a job as an art director at a very young age, and I spent a lot of time commuting from Connecticut to New York City, and eventually I moved into the city, and it became quite clear to me that I had a need for green. And after 24 years of living there and coming here, it hit me like a ton of bricks that this is my subject matter. I've done 3 different bodies of work that are based specifically on the leaves and trees that I've seen here. Plants have become such important subject matter for me. They actually play out differently in my artwork. The paintings are like collages of memory. It's the shapes of things. It's the compositions that are created just looking through the branches of trees. Other times I get out and I draw, and that's a much more very intimate experience with whatever the subject matter is. And the drawing is really kind of the bones of the work and the blood and the guts. So I kind of go back and forth from just moving through this space, absorbing all of these different images, going back into the studio and kind of editing that process down, pulling things out of that experience that stick with me. To say that every time I come here, I'm always looking for a plant or a tree that offers beautiful lines and beautiful negative spaces. And so it changes all the time. And I'll cut things. I will take sprigs of things into the studio. I usually have a vase of philodendron, jatropha, palm leaves. It's just an endless supply of subject matter for me. And it really evolves over time. I never have a clue what the painting is going to look like when it's finished. But it's kind of like a dance between me and my subject matter and paint. Naples Botanical Garden is just my source of subject matter, it's my inspiration, and it's my refuge. It kind of keeps me sane. Here in the garden, they do these prescribed burns. And so immediately afterwards, the landscape is charred, or whatever area they've been burning. And then within a matter of a few weeks, this bright green starts emerging from this dark, dark, charred black. And so I've done field studies of that. And not only does it just provide happiness and joy, but it's always a learning experience to see how things change throughout the season. And actually, I have been known to use elements of things that are dried up and dead because I think the whole process is beautiful. There's beauty in the new that starts to emerge and then in the decay. I've been an artist my entire life, and this is what my work has evolved into